Yeah, good morning from Nigeria. My name is Tommy Joseph. I'm here to make good morning from another. I'm here. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mute my audio. Now I've just done that. Good morning once more from Nigeria. My name is Tommy Joseph, and I'm here this morning to make yet another broadcast on TBC. Now in Nigeria, it's just around maybe 10:30 in the morning by Pacific. That should be about 4:30 a.m. Maybe while others are sleeping, some of us are awake. But as many of you as will join me on this broadcast, you are welcome. Now, like I captioned this morning, I said, after the 500% bonus, what next? Now, briefly this morning, I would want to look at what the 500% bonus meant, another is over, what did it achieve, what was it intended for, and now how do we continue after that. But before I proceed to do that, yeah, I would want to say hi to as many of you as were there on Send Button meeting yesterday, and two, for as many as will be out there today. There's also 2 Send Button meetings coming up in a couple of hours, maybe just about 4.5 hours from now. There will also be a Send Button meeting in French with Umbe for those of you who understand French, and also with Pritam in India in Hindi for those of you who speak Hindi. These meetings are very, very essential, and I will always encourage as many of you as understand French, join Umbe at 7 a.m. Pacific time and 3 p.m. GMT +1, and also join Pritam at the same time. There are some vital issues that you may never get elsewhere. They can only come up on these meetings. Why? Because they are the first-hand information that admin is giving out, and therefore we cannot but attend Send Button meetings. Why? Also, when you come to Send Button meetings, the chat room is open for you to ask questions, for you to clarify some things, and apart from the fact that the leaders are there, Randy is there to highlight some of the issues and talk about them. Even within the chat room, there are also people that because it's an open chat, people see and people respond. And by so doing, you will discover that you are in the midst of many people who sees your need and who can always respond to you. And therefore, it's always beautiful to join the Send Button meeting. There are too many things you can get. You can't even get on the blog because not everything issue you have could be discussed or could be highlighted. But when you are out there and you are in the chat room now, whatever issue you have, you pass it across. People see, people read, and they respond. And by so doing, you have quite a volume of help and information or solutions to issues you wouldn't have had. Because there are even times, maybe even when you post the questions, there won't be time to take it because there are many. But always you will see in the chat, people respond to one or two things. And two, attending the Send Button meetings makes you socialize with many because you see people, you see their contributions, you comment them, you also make your own, and people comment. By so doing, you make friends. We get to know each other and we learn to speak with one voice. And at this point in time, there's nothing the community need like all of us communicate to speak with one voice. And therefore, as much as possible, I may not want to take time on this, but attending Send Button meetings are very important. We have to lay emphasis on that. It's as important as the community said because that's where the voice of TBC comes up firsthand. And that's where every serious human being also comes up. Why? Because you have things to share, you need to learn, you need to be equipped, you need to be up to date. The Send Button meetings gives you up to date. The blog is there. We will talk about the blog, but for now, attend send button meetings. So for as many of you as are there in India or you understand Hindi, wherever you are, if you can catch me on this broadcast, look, in the next few hours, join Playtime in Hindi and also in Cameroon, where he will broadcasting on these meetings because it is important. It plays a major role in our growth, major role in our development. It keeps us informed. It takes ignorance away from us, and therefore, when we go out there to do things, we do them the way they should be done. Why? Because we are now in harmony. We are speaking with one voice. We are running with admin the way we should. So it's important we attend the send button meetings. Now to our point for the day. Now the 500% reward is over. What next? Now, if we look at the 500%, what was the whole essence? What was the motive behind it? Just to dole out the coins and make people richer, or just to try to see, oh, we are truly an abundance based community that have our coins in abundance, or what? There are too many questions about it. But to me, when I saw the 500% reward, it simply means one thing to me. There's something we need to take serious. There's something we need to take important. And therefore, we are encouraged to do it by trying to compensate us more than any other thing we do in the community. Now, look at the reward of a broadcaster. 500%, not only 500%, but there was a demarcation. There was a clear difference between a broadcaster and a non-broadcaster. And now the broadcasters take away almost everything. And now the basic member, non-broadcaster, is almost left with nothing. Now everything went to the broadcaster. Why? Because there's something about the broadcasting. There's something about what I'm doing right now that we need to understand. That admin feels this should be understood clearly and should be embraced. So the whole essence was not just to make some who are privileged, who are out there that can do what I'm doing right now, doing the broadcast just to make them rich. No, it's not about discrimination, no, but it's about getting all of us to a place where we can all go out and tell what TBC is all about. Now, we are about 3 million in the community. United we stand, divided we fall. But also we must speak out. Why? Because there's a force out there that stands against us, and they tend to try to affect us negatively and very negatively. And admin, no, they're not using guns against us. They're using powers against us. All they are using is the information. All they are dominating is the information system. They are passing out information that is attacking us and getting back to us, and they are doing a lot of harm, and we cannot hold them. We can't do them anything. We cannot sue them. Why? Because the law does not cover that. And now all admin is saying, come, all they are doing is talking to run us down. Let's go out and tell them what we are. We don't have to engage them, but we have to go also out and say what they are and say what we are. Now let the hearer, let the populace, let the entire masses, we are trying to get out to understand who we are, understand who they are, and make a choice. They are making an offer of what will not help anybody, but we have something to offer. We are offering something that will be beneficial to everyone. We are offering freedom, we are offering liberty. Now, the establishment, the elites, the ones fighting outside, are offering deceit, bondage, and slavery. And now they tend to take the center stage. Why? Because they are out there trying to establish it, foster the deceit deeper, and it's taking root that we can uproot. And all I do is say, come, you just have to get involved in this. Go out and talk. Even if you don't know what to talk, we are doing, admin is doing the job and putting out for you what you need to go out there and say. Now, all that is left for us to do is get what admin is saying and disseminate. Wherever you are, Now share to your community. You are a voice right where you are. You have an audience. I have an audience. Every other person around you has an audience. Pass the information to those right close to you, and also let them pass it to those close to them. By so doing, we will be able to conquer and counter the negative things that the elites, the establishment, the enemies of our life, those that have enslaved us, has taken all our wealth and keep it to themselves and left us in poverty, will be able to overcome them. And that's all admin is trying to point out about, say, come, join this war, and this is what you are going to make. And today, there are many people out there. Like me, I was never a broadcaster. There was never a time in my life that I thought I could even come and sit down and talk to the audience or even utilize the social medias like I am doing now on YouTube. I never even know I can broadcast. But now with TBC, now showing me the way, leading me, teaching me, guiding me on what to do, now I can stand and talk. I can stand and address the whole world. I can stand and talk about TBC and voice out what I know it is, and also be able to counter the deceit, the lies, all the manipulations of the establishment and the elites to keep us in perpetual poverty and slavery. I can do that. And therefore, the whole essence of that exercise of giving to the broadcaster is also to bring you out. And two, there's too much on the inside of you that you don't know. Until you come on this platform and begin to give out what's on the inside, then you discover yourself. So like I said in my other broadcast, what admin has done or is doing to all of us, it's not just to keep us, to put us on the wall, no. But he is also developing us. We are rich, we are wealthy on the inside, but that wealth harnessed on the inside is not utilized. Many of us will take it to the grave. Many of us will die with it. And when we die with it, we've robbed the world out of it. So if you look at what TBC is doing, it's an all-encompassive thing. It's not only time to put money into your pocket, but also the wealth deposit on the inside of you by the creator. TBC is trying to bring it out so that it becomes useful to mankind. And I think we should embrace that. And TBC is working hard. Admin is working hard to be able to bring you there. Now to develop you and to build you, admin is giving you a reward. What a generosity. So the whole essence of the 500% stuff was just to encourage you, to show you, come, there's something important here. Jump on the bandwagon and do it. And you cannot only do yourself good, you will do the community good, you will do the world good, and above all, you will do yourself good. So that was the whole essence. There was nothing about discrimination. No, it's just to encourage you, just to pull you out. It's just to be able to draw you out of where you are, in your comfort zone, shake you a little bit, and push you forward so that you can achieve better for yourself. So everything was about you. Nothing was about admin. Nothing was about trying to make the privileged ones richer also. No, there's nothing like that. All that was there was a jump on the bandwagon. Get something better for you. And like I will always say, change is the only thing that is constant. Outside that, nothing again is constant, only changes. Now, at a time, all you need to become a TBCian was sign up, pay your $10 wallet fees, make $100 purchase, and you have a gift of 1 TBC for every $100 purchase. Now, the community is growing. Things are changing. Now, just to buy, to sign up, pay your $20 wallet fee, and make your purchase doesn't give you that. Now, it's over 2 years, it's 2.5 years later, the community has been out there. We need to grow. And many of us have been out there complacent, doing nothing about it. So all admin is doing is to try to wake us up and now make us active, doing something in the community. And therefore now that you make your own purchase, or you just sign up and pay your $10 wallet fees, make a purchase of $100, all you are going to end up with is 100,000 kringles. So now, if you don't broadcast, if you don't bring out the bulk of what God has put on the inside of you, if you don't bring out what you've learned over these 2.5 years to share with those who don't know, you can no longer be a TBCian. You are going to remain a kringler. So all admin is saying, he has put too much on the inside of us. So now we can't keep quiet. We can't keep quiet. We just have to join. We just have to come up and we have to talk about it, and others need to know. So that was the whole essence of the 500% reward. And now that it is over, so what are we expected to do? Now look at what admin has just done. As this is getting over, now the cash centers are launched. You can see admin is a think tank. Now he has encouraged as many of us as are able to come out and talk, enlighten our communities, share what TBC is all about. And now that phase is gone, another phase just came in. What? The cash centers. Yesterday, if you were on the send button meeting, you would have learned that the cash centers were launched yesterday. And now the cash centers as were launched yesterday, now they are going to go all out. What's the whole essence? The whole essence is to bring it close to people who don't even know how to go about getting the currencies to pay for their wallet fee and make their purchase. All that is being done, all that the admin is doing. So now 500 is over. Now this is the new phase. Let's go to the cash centers. Now you don't know where to find Bitcoin. Maybe people don't even know about the currencies. Now there's a place you will go to where you will be educated and where you can take your money cash and sign up, make a purchase, pay for your wallet, and there you are in the community as a full-fledged member, taking your own share of the abundance that TBC is sharing. Now the 500% is over. Now it's up to all of us who have been there, who have learned this, to go out there and have the cash centers. And in the cash centers now, we begin to grow people. We begin to grow the community. We begin to grow people to do the broadcast. We begin to grow people now to carry TBC to the next level, because we can never remain at one level. Now that's where we are with the cash center. And look, it's so easy to have a cash center. Admin always makes things easy, very easy, very simple. Now, what does it take you to have $10 Bitcoin, $10 Litecoin, $10 Ethereum in your wallet? The moment you have that at least 2 TBC in your TBC wallet, you are qualified to apply. Now, admin went ahead to even tell you how to source for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, in case you don't have. You can liaise with somebody who has, and he can supply you, and you can do the job. Now, all admin is doing is creating an exchange just for TBC, not for any other coin, but for TBC, but also bringing TBC close to everybody. Admin is now taking it to everybody's doorsteps and making it easy for people to come in. With time, they will come to learn, they will come to understand, they will know how to manipulate it. But for now, it's no longer something that you know, you appreciate, you want to join, but you are held back because you don't know how to go about it, because there are some things you cannot understand. Now, admin has made it easier. Now, the 500% is over for the broadcasters. Now, we are going into the phase of the cash centers. Now, wherever you are out there, you are a broadcaster, you are a TBCian. Now, all you need to do is please go out there, sign up, and have a cash center. Now, this is the new phase. This is the present phase. While you continue broadcasting, we also now go out to launch out the cash centers, taking TBC closer to the people with all it takes for them to come on board, not necessarily making it difficult. So this is the next phase we are in. And like admin said, if you are going to have a cash center, don't take it to your house. There is a risk in taking it to your house. And that's the truth. Have an open place. Have a coffee shop. Have a public place where people will come, do their business, and they are gone. But one thing admin keeps laying emphasis on, which also we must imbibe, is come. You have to have an integrity. Please, let's have an integrity. Before we've done the thing has been messed up by the discounters. Why? Because they didn't understand. Today we cannot say we don't understand. Why? Because over the years, now information has been made available. They are there on the blogs, they are there on the coachings, they are there with the leaders, they are there on celebrity meetings everywhere within the community. There's an information, and therefore let's now live up to the biddings of TBC. Let's have integrity, let's do it the way it should be, and we will get to where we are going. At this stage, like the words yesterday, the word for the week was teacher. We need to teach. We just need to teach. I was just pondering, having a thought before this broadcast, and it dawned on me that, so I did something remarkable. I didn't even know about it. Why? Because I had somebody who signed up on the 4th of August. This child, this person just came in. We were just talking, and he was able to understand what it is. He knows about the cryptocurrency, he knows about network marketing and all that thing. But he saw a different concept. And truly, we have a different concept in TBC. It's different from every other thing out there. Now, when he caught it, I was shocked. This man just signed up, paid his $10 wallet fee from his Bitcoin wallet, and paid me and signed up. And now every day he comes to my office. We keep talking, and one day he said, "Doctor, I really want to make a broadcast." And in no time, I should leave for a broadcast. Now, within 14 days, he has made his own broadcast, and his broadcast was approved. He has already signed up 5 people. Now he is going places. Now, in less than 2 weeks, less than 14 days, this man just caught up the fire, signed up, have 5 people under them, and he's carrying out about the same thing I have taught him. When he was making his broadcast, I sat down and I was watching. I was surprised and amazed as how much he learned within this short period and was able to put it on the broadcast. It was his very first broadcast in his life, but I was really impressed. Why? Because he has learned, he has been told. Now, I'm making a broadcast now. He's making another broadcast in about 2 hours from now. The second person also just came in and made a broadcast, his first broadcast yesterday, and it was approved. He's coming in for his second broadcast. Now, what is achieved? A broadcaster is achieved. Now, somebody has learned what he needs to learn and is already sharing it out. Now, within their community, wherever they are, they cannot keep quiet again. Why? Because after going on the air to talk, everybody now around now in their community, they will be eager to talk to them and disseminate what they are doing. And therefore, broadcasting has really helped a lot. Why? Because it's a foundation for recruiting, and it continues. So as much as we go out to grow the community, we will also have to grow, and we will now learn to teach. We have to be leaders wherever we are, especially most of us that have been there for long, doing this talk, teaching. We must teach people to go out there also and teach, so that they'll bring in more people and the community grows. It's very important. So as we broadcast, let's also build broadcasters and see how far we can go. So these are all the things admin is doing. Now, when you have a cash center, in your cash center, what you are going to do is simply, as you bring them in, you make them understand, you teach them, you sign them up, and you become the leader. So now the cash center is another place for putting people into the community, into the broadcast, and also into every other area of the TBC community. So in this next phase, this one is gone, but we are now on another phase. And on this particular phase, we are going to also go through it. And after a while, this phase will still pass. Then another one will come. Now, if you've been conversant with what's going on in the community, you will discover that we have quite remarkable leaders. And these leaders are doing their best to give us what they are doing. Now, each time you attend the broadcast, like I was talking to you about the Hindi broadcast today, I'm also talking to you about the French broadcast today. Look, Pritam is a good leader. It's a big leader. Now he has taken the bull by the horn to break down India. And if you know, India has a population of over 1 billion. He has a big market. I like how he took India. He took the bull by the horn in India. The other time he was talking, because I was in the Hindi broadcast, though I don't understand Hindi, but I just tuned in to encourage him also on the Hindi broadcast. And he was talking, look, Nigeria, I'm broadcasting from Nigeria. Nigeria has taken the center stage, but he is working hard to beat Nigeria. Now in Nigeria, just about 200 million people. He has over 1 billion people. And if he has the target of trying to beat Nigeria, then I give kudos to him. Now he has the place and he has taken the center stage. Umbe took the bull by the horn. Now he is on in French. Now the entire French world, the entire French community, wherever they are, they tune to him and they listen. He has also taken the bull by the horn. So wherever you are, take also the bull by the horn out there. Go on, pick up also one language and initiate a broadcast. Sorry, somebody just disturbed my call, so I have to put my phone off. So now wherever you are, just go out there also, take the bull by the horn. There are a lot of them. Look at what Randy is doing. Randy initiated the send button meeting. Now every Monday he talks. Now after the send button meeting, he's also going on to continue on the broadcasters meeting. He has his own broadcast. That's not the only thing he is doing. Can some of us go out there and take TVs as a full-time job? Because the full-time job, that's what I'm beginning to understand. And now I am getting there to do it. Now there are quite a lot of leaders there. And now I'm going to have a cash center. But I have discovered that by taking the job serious, also it puts money in my pocket. Now, just share a testimony that somebody came in within 14 days, he has sent people, 5 people in. All the 5 have also signed up. They have paid their $10 wallet fees. They have also made their purchases. Now it's a cash out. It's a cash out. So at this point in time, I think now that the 500% bonus is over, now let's go down to the nitty-gritties. Why? Because many are out there that teach us. And let's also try to get out there and disseminate what we have learned. And at this stage, we have more to do than there is. Now we are 3 million. Like one of my downloads was talking to me yesterday. He said, sir, how many of us are in the community as well? Just about 3.2 million. He said, but do you know that if each of us will go and bring in 10 people, we are simply over 30 million? I say, yes. Just 10 people from 3 million. How many of us? Now he said, that means it's realistic. We can realize this goal of getting 1 billion people in no time. Just 10 people. Now, when we bring 10 people each, 10 times 3 million, 30 million. 30 million goes out, 10 each, 300 million. Now, 300 million, by the time we go out, 10 each. How much do we have? We are all trying to hit a higher figure than we even expect. And therefore, it's realizable. So now that many of us are trained and built into taking this war, now let's go and get cash centers and continue the teaching job and expand the community out there. And I think in no time, we will get to where we are going. And I cannot say everything I want to say because the time is spent and I'm a broad line, but I can see Serinze is here with me from New Zealand. And Serinze, you are welcome. I really appreciate. You are the prayer warrior. I appreciate what you are doing. I sincerely appreciate it, and I give you a kudos. Why? Because you are a leader. You don't only take the bull by the horn, you even take it up spiritually, and you are doing great exploits. So I really welcome you, and I thank you for subscribing and always being there. Even though there are times when you are making a broadcast, my schedules don't allow me to get it. I come to do it hours after you've done it. But I pray that one of these days, I should be able to have time and join you on your broadcast. I really appreciate it, and I thank you for being here. Thank you. So I'll do the curtain at me. By tomorrow, when I come up again, then we will continue where we stop today. Thank you very much for joining me.